Have you ever wondered why some average brands dominate the market whilst the best ones struggle? This is one of the most powerful and overlooked rules in marketing, and it forces so many companies to waste resource in the wrong places. So in this video, I'm going to break down why farmers buy the same brands time and time again, what it means for your brand selling into farmers, and most importantly, what you can do about it to grow your business. And if you're new here, I'm Sandy, founder of FarmStock. I specialise in brand marketing, helping companies within agriculture stand out, get noticed, and actually grow their businesses. So let's get into it. I work in marketing for agricultural brands, and this is a rule that I've seen play out time and time again. Yet brands in agriculture are obsessed with being the best. They spend so much time trying to outdo their competition with new or improved features or benefits, winning awards, or using phrases like highest quality and most responsive, which are all just ways of saying we're better. But here's the thing. People don't buy the best products, they buy the ones that they are most familiar with. Let that sink in for a second. You could have the highest quality product, the best customer service, even the most competitive price, but if people don't know that you exist, or if they don't remember your brand when it counts, you're not even in the game. It's why McDonald's spends hundreds of millions of dollars on advertising each year. Do they serve the best quality hamburgers? No, but when you're hungry and fancy a burger, they're front of mind for so many people. In marketing terms, it's called mental availability. Our brains are lazy and we're biologically designed to conserve energy. So when you're confronted with a choice, be it what to eat or what tractor to buy, we don't run a detailed analysis each and every time. We go to what feels familiar because it's safe. Would you rather buy a Fendt tractor or a Brudapie one? You'd obviously choose the Fendt, not necessarily because it's better, but it's the one that you know, trust, and feel safe to invest in. Now, I'm not for 1 minute saying your product doesn't have to be good. It does. But this is why your marketing is so important, because if your Agri brand is trying to win in quality alone, but no one knows who you are, you're not even in the game. Repeated exposure makes people like things more. Now, you might be thinking that's okay for big brands like Coke, Nike, or McDonald's, but does it really apply to farming? Well, yeah, it does. In fact, I'd argue it matters even more in agriculture. Because in farming, buying decisions aren't just about performance or price. They're about trust. And trust is built on familiarity. Whether you like it or not, people buy from brands they've seen again and again. They buy from local dealers that they trust, or brands that they've seen on social media, or even companies their dad used 20 years ago. I had this exact scenario with a client who created a new farm management software, but was finding it really difficult to convert anyone into paying customers. The software itself was great, but they had invested so little into their marketing, and as a consequence, no one knew who they were. When customers were faced with the choice between a new management software from an unknown brand or a more recognisable one, customers would always default to the one that they were most familiar with. And that was for a £15 a month farm management software, and it becomes even more acute when dealing with bigger, higher value purchases. Especially in the tough economic climate that agriculture finds itself in at the minute, where money is tight and livelihoods are quite literally on the line. Familiarity feels safe, it feels more trustworthy, and it wins every time. So if you're an agricultural brand trying to grow, but you're only showing up sporadically, maybe once a year at a trade show or on your website, you're going to be invisible when it really matters. In the farming industry, you don't win by being the best kept secret. You win by being the most remembered name in the room, even before the buying decision has been made. So as a brand selling to farmers, what can you actually do to make sure that you stay front of mind? Well, here are 4 practical ways that you can start building brand familiarity right now, even without a huge budget. Firstly, show up consistently, not just when you've got something to sell. Marketing isn't a seasonal activity. It's a long game where you need to show up consistently. If you only show up when you're launching a new product or once a year at a trade show, you're not building mental availability, and it becomes more difficult for people to familiarise themselves with your brand. Social media is a great example of this, where driving results depends heavily on consistency. When you hear people like me talking about marketing as an investment, this is exactly what we're talking about. This consistency has a compounding effect over time. Next, be consistent with your messaging. How many times have you heard the phrase, "I'm loving it" from McDonald's? They've been ramming it down people's throats for decades. As marketers or business owners, we get tired of our own messaging way before our audience has even heard it properly. Repetition might feel dull to you, or you might get bored of saying it, but it is essential for your customers. And thirdly, stop selling all of the time. Only 20% of your message should be about the selling. The rest should be about educating, inspiring, building trust with your consumers. Show them behind the scenes, show them the people behind the business, educate them on your product, or give your thoughts on the industry. Build trust, familiarity, and credibility with your customers. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it is this: stop trying to be the best, rather focus on being the most familiar. The brands that win aren't the ones with the best products, they're the ones that show up over and over again until they are trusted. And if you're an Agri brand trying to grow, whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale, then that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. I work with brands in the agricultural industry to help them build awareness, grow trust, and actually create marketing that works. So click on the link below, and of course, if you found this helpful, then give it a like or a subscribe for more farm-focused marketing tips. And as always, good luck.